Renamed in late 2020, there's a look at Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. Tonight on this fine Thursday night, we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Primetime. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And trotting out there leading them is their fourth-year quarterback.
Every quarterback in the NFL has a little bit of his own signature style out there, but for this guy, he really plays the game in a different way. This led to a couple double takes from us up here as we see him as something truly unique. It's not that he's just the strongest passer or the best athlete to ever play the position. He just has a certain way of seeing the action, and it allows him to make some special plays out there.
Pass caught by Pearson. A gain of 8 there on the play. And they'll be left with second and a couple.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Here's the Pro Bowler, Christian McCaffrey. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. Purdy on the sneak. And he is going to have a 49ers first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he is going to lose yardage here. Boye Mafe got to the line like a knife through butter. He buries him for a loss.
I really like what he did there because he took his practice work and converted it to game action because he used his hands, got off the block, worked laterally and stayed to the outside, and finished off the runner for a loss.
Purdy from the gun. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Shotgun now with Purdy. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
On 4th down, the Niners send out the veteran Thomas Morstead to punt. This is fielded at the 27. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They'll be led out by the 3rd overall selection back in 2018 from USC. It's Sam Darnold.
And the thing with Sam Darnold is we know the skill set is there. May not be the most mobile or strongest arm quarterback in the league, but usually plays with really good poise, and at his best, like a point guard in basketball, able to move around and distribute the rock.
They'll run. It's Kenneth Walker. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage. And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Off of play action, Darnold. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
It's pretty early in the game, but they've already tried to establish him not just as a runner, but as a receiver as well. Didn't happen there, but I wouldn't be surprised at all to see them try again shortly.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Darnold now to throw. And that will be incomplete.
It's now 4th down.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Back deep for the Niners, Sky Moore. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Back out there comes the 49ers offense, ready for their second drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Here's Purdy. Got the connection here to Bourne. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it second down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 24-yard line.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Purdy on the sneak. And he is going to have a Niners first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
And when all you want to do is keep your drive going, quarterback sneak's a great call, isn't it? Pick it up, get a new set of downs.
And on 3rd down, usually you think 4th down quarterback sneak. There, though, it worked on 3rd. Purdy now to throw off the play action. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That'll give him 8 that time. And it'll be 2nd and a couple.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Left side, he's got the tight end, Tonjes. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
First down.
Now, how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
Purdy looking to throw. There's a short one caught by Tonjes. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Play action, now Purdy. That's complete to Pearson. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Purdy off the play fake. A throw left side for Pearson is complete. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up second down.
Brings up second and 3 on the Seahawks 6-yard line.
Purdy will look to throw again here. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 9. Purdy now to throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th.
A 29-yard attempt.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. So after drive number 3 here, we have a score, and it's 3 points after the field goal.
I would say the feeling out process for both of these teams, I'd say it's over, partner. Everyone understands what's going on now. You've kind of probed a little bit. Now you want to start throwing the big shots. First 3 points up on the board could be significant.
After the field goal, on to kick it away is Pinheiro. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now it's Darnold. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, a pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be fourth down.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll try and start this drive in the air. One caught by Tonjes. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
1st down, 49ers.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. As they've got it as we resume action. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Jennings. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Oh, it shifts past him. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
I can say this from experience, especially from a defensive back's perspective. There's not many things more terrifying than a toss sweep or a pitch play and all that beef out in front of the runner.
Yeah, I had an old coach say 3 words on those plays, toss or pitch. Set the edge, heard him over and over.
A lot of times they roll the edge, and when they do that, that's why you can go for a long way.
They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Well, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Now 2nd and 9. Back to throw, Purdy. Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds, and now 4th down.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
Eddie Pinheiro on now. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. This is up and good from Pinheiro. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
After the field goal, on to kick it away is Pinheiro. nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Looking to put a drive together. Darnold. And his throw is incomplete.
Darnold's pass, intended for A.J. Barner, incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Darnold. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's the first catch of the game for Kupp, and he's got a first down.
And the throw and the catch were just fine, but against zone coverage when you run a drag route, what you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
He gets this into the hands of Kupp once again. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
7 brings up 2nd and 3 at their 48-yard line.
Darnold to throw again. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 38-yard line.
And the Seahawks, first down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
Now Darnold. Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 11 yards for number 11.
That's another Seahawks first down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing again is Darnold. He'll find Shaheed out to the right. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
To throw is Darnold. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
The strong windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Hand off here to Walker. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. Now a run here, and he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Sam Darnold taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from capturing the lead.
What an effort there. Sometimes you hold your breath a bit when you see your quarterback diving for the end zone. You don't want him to land on a shoulder wrong or take a big shot. But he looks none the worse for wear here, and that winds up a touchdown.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. He's got it, and they take the lead at 7-6.
Makes the score Seahawks 7.
A 10-play drive that time. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run.
Jason Myers.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. They've been settling quite a bit. They've been able to move the football some, but they've just been settling. That's one of the reasons they're down on the scoreboard.
I love that word you picked, settling, because nowadays in this NFL, you're thinking touchdown almost every drive because everything's so high-powered. Yeah, you'll take the field goal, but you always feel like you're leaving points out there when you don't put it in the end zone.
They'll be trying to put it in the end zone here on this drive. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
A 6-yard.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
McCaffrey on the counter. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Throwing here, Purdy. Looking deep for Jennings. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. It'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And out will come the offense as they take over. And out now come the Seahawks. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there in the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Here's Darnold. Smith and Jigba with a grab.
Darnold's pass complete to number 11, Jackson Smith and Jigba. A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 8.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. As Shaheed going to go in motion. Darnold down to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
You
can see and feel the disappointment on that one because you saw some guys on the sidelines jumping up going, oh, no. Looked like they had that one set up well on third down, but you got to give yourself time to get rid of the football.
Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here's more on the return. A minute 52 to play until halftime. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
A gain of 4.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on first down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
2nd down and 6 now. Shotgun now with Purdy. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Purdy will set up to throw it here. That's over the middle and caught by Pearsall. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be 2nd down.
Pickup for 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 46-yard line.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now Purdy. There's a short one caught by Tonjes. So the completion good for just 3. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 18. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Once more, Purdy looking to throw. He'll get this to Jennings over the middle. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And the 49ers are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that will do it for this first half. So halftime is upon us on Thursday night primetime, and we go off to Orlando. And Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hansen, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thanks a bunch. And we'll see which team's adjustments are going to pay dividends here as we are just about ready for the start of the second half. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter. And it's a pretty good return here as they'll get this up to the 29. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Third quarter begins with a run by Walker. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up third down on the sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
3rd and 12. Here's Darnold. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 54 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
First down. A gain of 18 on the play. And a 49er first down.
We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right of the yard.
And it's a nice gain by him on first down, picking up some key yardage.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 1. McCaffrey running up the middle. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On the toss, they run wide side with McCaffrey. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. Here's Purdy. That one complete to Tonjes. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 19.
A gain of 15. First down, 49ers.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off. But a nice game there for a first down.
No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Purdy from the gun. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Pardon me, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
This red zone is where the Seahawk crowd really makes it tough for an offense to communicate. It's 3rd down. Purdy will look to throw again here. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And this is up and good from Pinheiro. And that will push the lead up to 12-7. So making 4 out of 4 now in the field goal department, and he's able to extend their lead.
When drives are bogged down, he's been automatic out there. So nice to have a kicker you can count on to put points on the board.
After the field goal, on to kick it away is Pinheiro. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. And we will get another look at Seattle's offense. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest. Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
From the 25, here's 2nd down and 8. Now it's Darnold. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That one a first down pickup of 8.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A play fake, and it's Darnold. He's got a man. It's his fullback. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that will bring up 2nd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position
is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. Now that'll be caught by Cobb. He'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite powering through the tackle. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Again, Darnold. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. The Niners offense and Brock Purdy getting ready for this next possession. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Play action. Now Purdy. That's complete to Pearson. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
This is McCaffrey on the give. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly. And that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Purdy. Wide open receiver complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 31-yard line.
That's another 49er first down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Purdy now to throw. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Back to throw, Purdy. There's a short one caught by Tonjes. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And 3rd and 8 now.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 15-yard line. 4th quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. back now in Seattle, Washington. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the fourth and final quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They run with McCaffrey off the option. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
School football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. Second down and right back to McCaffrey. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
He's tackled at the 7-yard line. It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
The Niners on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. Here it's 3rd and 3. Purdy looking to throw. He'll try to pick it up, and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Brock Purdy taking it in from 7 yards away. And the 49ers will add to their 4th quarter lead. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage.
Seahawks 7.
Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Looking to put a drive together. Now off the bootleg, Darnold. Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. 4th quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get 1 more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Let's just call it as we just saw it right there, a breakdown defensively. Seems like no one went with the tight end, and no one really did. Had all sorts of space in the middle of the field. Yeah, everyone else was covered, but he was not. Big play results.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
From the 35, here's a 2nd and 8. Off of play action, Darnold. He finds Smith and Jigba. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
A gain of
The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another first down.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Walker is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. Again, it's Walker. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half, you're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Man, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
They'll try and run Walker. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I know they're going through all the possibilities right now, but the truth of the matter is a field goal doesn't do them a ton of good. It'd still be a 2-score game, so to me, go for it. Go for it boldly.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. 4th down, and for Darnold, it's desperation time. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Diamador Lenore. And the Niners are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Give him 3 yards on the run. Now they'll need to drop something good here on 3rd and 13.
And this is the worry because sometimes you can get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important 3rd down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Can't get away, and he's taken down. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. It'll be a 39-yard punt, give him a good 10 yards on the return. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Russell. Will go down as a gain of 6. And it's second down. A good start there on first down. They've got to have this drive.
No doubt about it. Down a couple of scores. They have to find a way to put it in the end zone. Chunk plays, explosive plays. That will be the key to this drive.
Back to throw, Darnold. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. First target, first catch, and a first down. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Walker now in 1st and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Darnold now to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
The coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Darnold. Outright to Smith-Njigba. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
This one goes underneath to Walker. And the Seahawks are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Here's Walker. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all.
I know defensive coordinator is going to be pretty excited about what he just saw there. Great knockback by their front. And now with the ball where it is, I would expect to see the offense throw the ball on 2nd and 3rd down here.
Here now, 2nd and goal. Here's Darnold. To the back of the end zone, but too high. Over everybody and incomplete.
And now the focus is really clear. They need to get that first down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Darnold. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A.J. Barner from 4 yards out. And the Seahawks have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Myers connects on the PAT. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. A little less than 90 seconds to go. This will be an onside kick. And the 49er hands team does its job. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
The Niners offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
At the Seahawks 36-yard line.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Left side, he's got the tight end, Tonjes. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
First down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than 1 tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Down to a knee for the 49ers. This one about to be on ice. So the victory here for San Francisco. And say what you want about Lumen Field here in Seattle, but for my money, this is the loudest and most difficult place to win in the league when you're on the road.
It's very hard. The fan support, off the charts. The way that they make noise and understand when to make noise, they understand the game as well as anyone. And how about what we get in our media packets when we start preparing for the game? They have it in their own stuff, right? The number of offsides penalties, false start penalties that they draw against the opposing team because of that fan support. And last but not least, they designed the stadium to keep the noise in, and it works.
But not in this one. They were able to somehow come in here and get that victory. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.